This is May the 29th, and it's a Thursday here in southern New Mexico in the USA. And I'm just filming our backyard right now. And here the oleanders are blooming, and they provide a lot of shade to the garden that is in our backyard. And here also you can see that I have volunteers, and these are black-eyed Susans, and we'll see how they will do during this summer. I do have also volunteers here that are zinnias. Here Chip is replanting seedlings that are basically a whole lot more than what we had expected. We have more tomato seedlings, but they can't be transplanted. And here's black-eyed Susan in a container pot. They're in full bloom now in comparison to the seedlings that are volunteers, because we do have a freeze here, usually in late December and January. The seedlings here in this spot did not freeze, but those in the ground did, so they had a later start. So if you want an early bloom and then you are living here in the American Southwest, it's best to put it in the container, because it's up from the ground and it wouldn't freeze as quickly. Here are our TNR cats. They're a year old now. Their mother brought them here in the backyard. They were caught here, and also we caught their mother. We named Millie this year, and she also is a TNR, and they returned back to their area, so we got them back and we're just taking care of them. And here is our patio. We're actually using this temporary storage for gardening supplies to keep them out of the rain and the sun. You probably noticed that this window here has aluminum foil. These are the south-facing windows. There's two windows here that faces the south, and we had covered this with Venetian blinds in the inside, also darkening drapes, but they're still hot. So Chip suggested we'll put foil in the window. This is still functional. It opens and closes, so if you need to use it as a fire escape, you can still do that. But the foil does work, so we just leave this here all year round. And then right here, Chip has the sprinkler system already done. He had to redo it this year because it had been clogged up in many places, and some of these valves had cracked. So he did this one. And this one is an auto sprinkling unit for the oleanders in the side and also for the yard. And I've got another black TNR cat here. This is the younger of the siblings of cats we got. We named her Brownie. And here is Chives, and this one's already finished seeding. Should have cut these heads off, but we left them anyway. And here to the side, these are volunteers. This is slightly a shadier part of the arbor, and this is beautiful here because you can see that the morning glories are also in bloom. And here are buds here. This is just a regular type of morning glories. It's just a violet or purple type, but it is beautiful, especially in the morning. And we're just gonna let this climb at this cattle fencing that was placed, actually Chip placed it on the side of this arbor. This is a shadier side of the arbor, so he's just gonna let this one climb. And here at the bottom or the base of it, these are tomato seedlings that were like extras, and Chip just decided to replant this, and he's just putting this area here as his seedling hardening areas, and they seem to be doing okay here. And the trumpy vine that was here previously, it died. I don't really know, we don't really know why it passed, because trumpet vines are normally very hardy, but this one died, maybe because at one time a part of the yard, the sprinkling system failed and it didn't get enough water, and it just died and dried up. But that's okay, because we can use this as a climbing vine area for the morning glories. So what are you doing now, Chip?
Well, I'm getting ready to transplant some tomatoes.
Okay, you're going to transplant these, okay.
Yeah, I got 4 tomatoes growing in the same pot.
So what you're going to do, you're going to thin it out?
Yeah, I think I'll leave 2 tomatoes per pot, because, I mean, 1 is ideal, okay. But,
One is ideal, okay. Now this one is only one right here.
yeah, I'm running out of pots.
Running out of pots.
I'm running out of money at the same time.
No, you're not running out of money. You're just being funny. We can get you some more.
Well,
You know what you could use? We can use some more charred pots. Chards can be okay. So these are your tomatoes. These are transplanted? Or did
Yeah.
you grow these from seedlings?
transplanted.
Transplanted?
Yeah, they did well, huh?
Okay. Now here's some more volunteers. But I'm going to pinch this out, because I'm going to take this out, Chip,
Yeah.
because it's going to crowd up what you have planted here. You know, this tomato here has flowers.
Nice blooms, yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, anything that volunteers here with this more tomato seedlings, I'm going to pull out, okay? And you have another one here that has 4
4 or 3.
1, 2, 3, 4 seedlings. So either you transplant it or pinch them out. Now here what I can see are, what are these volunteers? Are these just,
That doesn't look like a tomato to me.
I'll tell you what, I'm just gonna pull these, okay? Now I also see volunteer black-eyed Susans, and they have no business here. So I'm just gonna pull it, because we have a lot of black-eyed Susans.
Probably left in the soil from last year.
Okay, but the tomato plants look healthy, so if you want to transplant this, if you want to go by 2 and pinch out one that's maybe not doing so well, you can do that too. So that one you're gonna take your hand truck
Yeah.
and take it over there
I'm
to
gonna use a
replant.
spade or
Trowel.
shovel maybe. I don't know. I want to get as deep as I can.
Your instruments that you need, or your equipment that you need to transplant these, they're over there still in the patio if you need them.
Exactly.
And right here is the zinnias. The beans are doing well, and I can see that there are flowers here too with the beans, so they might be ready to have more beans. Okay, so you're using what is that, wheelbarrow also?
Yeah. I put the potting mix in the wheelbarrow, broke up the clumps, and then put it in the pot.
Okay.
Filled the pot up a little more than halfway, and I'm going to transplant some of these tomatoes into this pot. Hopefully they'll take.
I don't know if we can hear you over there, because I'm far away.
You can hear me.
You
Yeah,
can
for
hear
sure.
you?
Absolutely.
Really? You can hear me?
Yeah.
So you're planning to transplant all these?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
like I said, maybe 2 out of this pot. Okay, right here.
What are you using for your pots?
Potting
Containers?
mix.
Potting
What's
mix?
the name of it? Expert Gardener.
Okay.
Walmart special.
Well, that's good though, because you use fertilizer later on. Well, how do you
Later.
gauge that?
Later.
Is that the tomato fertilizer, or do you have any
It's
special?
a vegetable tomato fertilizer. Again,
Okay.
It's called Expert.
Do you
Walmart
use
brand.
other things like other fertilizers? Just straight?
Just
fertilizer.
locals, yeah. I put less than more.
Okay.
You know, it takes time. It takes time for the fertilizer to break up and the plants to use it. So I don't use too much, just enough.
So how do you water this? You do have an automatic sprinkler, but I don't know how target watering that is for you.
The sprinkling system is more for the grass.
For the grass.
It's not for the garden. I mean,
Okay.
It gets some of the grass out in the yard here, you know.
I like the grass though. What kind of grass did you plant? Because it's very
There's-
shall we say very hardy for this area because it's so hot here and dry.
well, it's called tiff. They called it tiff when they put it when they dropped it off in a pallet in this yard. I had to lay the sod down. Okay.
You got that from the nursery, right? You
We
drop
got
it?
from, I think it was Green's Nursery, if I'm not mistaken. No, they're not.
Yeah, that's across the university,
Yeah,
and they delivered it and drop it off.
they delivered it on pallet and dropped it off. But another name for this grass, it's buffalo grass. You can look it up on the internet.
Buffalo grass, okay.
The fancy name is tiff,
Tiff, okay.
but it's buffalo. And they said it's what they use on the putting greens.
Oh, the
When
putting
they were
greens.
trying to sell me this grass, they said, you don't need anything but a push mower with little blades that spin.
Right.
Well, I found out differently.
Oh, how
it
did
wouldn't cut. It wouldn't cut this grass.
we didn't cut the grass?
No,
So what did you found that's different with it?
tough. It's very tough. It's like
So you use
cutting string.
what do you use to cut it with?
A gasoline lawnmower,
Oh, okay.
3.5 horsepower, Briggs and Stratton, Murphy's.
You do need to
Right.
trim it now and then, right? You did trim it.
Yeah.
So that's good. That's
I do
good.
trim it. And I don't know. Fescue might have been better. I think fescue is greener and probably would have been a better choice because I don't think it's invasive. This stuff vines out, okay, and it'll go right into a pot.
Well, fescue might be, might burn out for you because the temperature here today it's May the 20. No, is it May the 29th?
I think so.
May the 29th, and it's already 93 degrees.
Yeah.
So can you imagine when it hits July, we're gonna be probably in the hundreds.
But I noticed the fescue, it stays green through the heat as well. But, don't trust everybody, Don't trust what they sell you.
Well, I like it.
They
So,
must have been on sale or something.
well, that's good though. That's good.
I asked them what I should plant, and they said tiff. I should have chosen fescue.
Well, that was pre-internet days. It was hard to research if we don't know our grass.
We didn't have internet. It was 1990.
So that's good.
Even before Windows 98 came out. Windows 3.1 wasn't even out.
No, not yet. Tell me about how you care for your oleanders here, because it's very nice during this time of the year. What do you do here with
The
your
sprinkling
oleanders?
system takes care of a lot of it.
So,
The sprinkling system takes care of it. pretty
sprinkler
much.
system. You do need to trim this, don't you? How many times you
As
trim?
little as possible, because I got a neighbor here. I fenced him out. Okay, and this is on the other side of this is the neighbor I fenced out. So I'm trying to grow these oleanders as wide and big and green and thick as I can make them, because I don't want to see him.
He's
I don't
out.
want to hear him. I don't even want to look at him.
Well, he's got his clothesline, right at the
Oh, yeah.
door of your sliding glass door, so you do need to have some kind of a screen or plants to cover the view, because it's very ugly to look at. He's also the same neighbor who trapped one of the TNR cats and left the trap for 2 days.
I don't know if he should be in the video or not, but yeah, he's a killer. He's
Well,
an
we have a
killer.
video of the trap with a cat inside, so that's no secret.
Yeah.
And we also have the video when he cut all these oleanders
he's,
down,
Yeah.
all the way almost close to the roots. If he could have reached the roots, he would have done so.
Yeah, he's a peeping Tom. Cuts holes in the oleanders. That's why I put up the fence, because he'd reach in and cut the oleanders down so he could peek in the yard or peek in the house.
Well,
Man,
you know, he wasn't like
just-
that. He wasn't like that earlier, but we found out different. He does have some record of
Yeah,
bad
you said it.
activity. That's right. We won't say it here in the video, but this guy does have a record of a devious, shady past, and we just found that out in the internet when we were researching for the phone number that the animal control wanted us to find out, because he wasn't home and he wasn't answering his door, though he has surveillance cameras in there, and there's a reason why he has the surveillance camera. But this backyard, though, is nice. We forget all about our neighbor.
He's probably got the camera, so there's probably a lot of people like to get at him. Okay, if they
That's
know where he
true.
lives.
I wouldn't be surprised with this records, yes. But, you know, we didn't know that before, and it's just something that we found out and we have just to put up with. But,
I'm gonna get my shovel and digger.
all right, let me go take a look at the cats. And I'm gonna look at a closer look here. This is Mama Millie. Mama Millie right here. She likes to just chill out in this yard. She does prefer her daughter for company over the son, so she's very, very selective. And there she is. She still hasn't recovered fully with her hair growth here from her TNR. It took us a year to get her to trust us. We can pet her now, but it was a long, long process. And she was TNR'd, and TNR means trap, neuter, or spayed and released. So here she is, and we do take care of them. She doesn't come into the house. Now and then she may come in, but she's not that domesticated when it comes indoor. But she does let us pet her, which is good, because if they get fleas, we can treat them with that flea repellent in the back. In that way, she won't get fleas on her. But she's very, 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 very chill for now. She sleeps right here under the canopy of the tree, right at the yard, and that's fine with us. Let me go look at her daughter. Her daughter is a year old, and she's over here in the other side of the garden. She's just chilling out. And this one's Brownie. Traffic doesn't seem to bother them. The traffic that you can hear in the backyard wasn't there before. Used to be a quiet neighborhood, but they widened the service road in here in our backyard, and that was about 35 years ago, because Walmart and a commercial center was built in the back of the property, but there's a service road in there. It has now been widened into a 2-lane road to allow delivery of Walmart trucks. It is noisy in the daytime, especially Monday through Friday, but they do quiet down about 7 o'clock in the evening, so that's okay with us, because everything else in here is very, very reachable in terms of travel times. We have Walmart just behind us, and then we also have all kinds of other commercial areas like banks, doctor's offices, dental offices. That's just even within walking distance. There's also a couple of parks, baseball parks, that is just walkable within a few blocks from us. So it's convenient here to live here. But if you hear the noise in the back, this basically traffic in that 2-lane road in the back. And also there are motorcycles in here that seem to like the noise of their engines, but we have to put up with that during the daytime. But at the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, this neighborhood is relatively quiet. There's still lots of birds around because we have pine trees in our yard as well. There's one in the front, one in the back, and then Chip also planted some towards the hill, but those aren't very, very big. And I don't think they'll get any bigger because those don't get any water. But here we do get wind-blown trash, and we do need to reach with a long hooked type of trash picker that Chip had rigged up, because when the wind blows, and we do have a lot of windstorms in here, especially during early spring, we clean up the yard with that. It's a sunny day today, but hot in the daytime. It's 93 degrees. Not very, very hot here because we have the big tree here. We have this pine tree, and the pine tree does give us a lot of shade here in the backyard. Although Chip does have to move his container garden around the yard to chase after the sun during the growing season of the vegetables here. But it's nice to have vegetables because sometimes our supermarkets here don't have very good vegetables in the shelves, so it's good to have something that's growing in your yard. And colors like oleanders, which have flowers during spring all the way to August, it's also nice to have that in your yard. We have a very peaceful yard right now. Maybe I'll go take a walk and look at the plants right now that are growing here on late May. So I'm gonna just walk you through this property, and here's the hedge on the other side of the property, and here we have rows of oleanders here. And this one has a short stone fence in the back of this, but that divides the properties. This neighbor is not a problem next to us. She likes the oleanders overhanging her fence, and it doesn't bother her at all, so that's good. But the oleanders in the spring throughout the summer season just have this beautiful pink red flowers, and it's like bouquets growing right into the yard. And here's the growth of the 2 containers, and these are containers that Chip built out of the tires that was serviced at Walmart. Also came off the Honda that we have, and he decided to put, I believe this is hollyhocks in here. I don't know what color it's gonna be. I think it's red. Chip's favorite color is red, so this must be a red hollyhock here. And right at the bottom here, you'll see tiles here. These are leftovers or projects that he had on our rental properties. And this one is caged. He made this chicken wire cages because the cats like to sit and bask in the sun where there are soil, so they could have smashed these seedlings. So he decided to cover that as well. And here we have a little dish here that's just extra water for the cats if they like to drink some in there. And I'm just gonna move around here. Here are Anaheim peppers that he has planted, and this one has kind of relatively small seedlings, but this will probably grow to be tall shrubs at the end of their growing season when they start fruiting. So I'm just gonna cover this up, and these cats like to sleep everywhere. And I don't know which kitty this one is. I think this one is Mickey. This is the older of the cats. And I can't tell because they're all black unless they go side by side or look at you. I could tell by the faces, but this one's asleep. So he or she is at Chip's workroom at the side. So I'm just gonna leave that kitty alone. And then here, some of Chip's beans. And this one's growing pretty good. This one, let's see, the 4 here are crookneck squashes. And these are already starting to have fruit in them. This one's got the bloom still. Let me just kind of look around in here. This one here has pretty good amount of fruit that's coming through. And then more beans here. This looks like squashes over here. And more squash in here. This one's zucchini, I believe, zucchini squash. They do have flowers in them. And then more beans over here. It's big now. And then there's another cat in here. I think I'm mistaken about that cat over there in Chip's workroom. I think that's Mama Millie. I think this is her son Mickey right here. He's a big chunk. He's very heavy. So he's over here. And then let me just kind of scan Chip's seedlings over here. This one he had transplanted. This tomato's doing okay here. It's got bloom. This one's struggling a little bit, but it might come back. And then there's another one and another one. These have flowers on them already. So that one will survive. And then let's just go over here. More beans. It does have flowers already. We're just waiting to see when this is gonna set and have some beans in them. And then here's chard. We have harvested already the pots with the chard in them. And then this is actually, let's see, these are rows of squashes here. A couple of tomato plants. And this is already blooming here. There's some blooms at the top. And then let me just scan in here. More chard. A kitty over there. I guess they can be bird patrol. Chip used to put bird netting in here because the birds do like to peck and eat the leaves of the chard. But this time around though, they're not able to do that, but we did remove any feeding stations for birds or water stations, and that way the cats don't get them. I don't really like for the cats to eat the birds. I like birds. And the cats are well fed, but at times they do want to hunt. And here's Chip in here working. So here you are working. What you doing now?
Well, I just transplanted 2 of them.
Where are they?
In another pot.
Where's the pot?
They're right behind you over there.
Right behind you. So there's only one pot here?
And I'm just going to fill it with dirt. There's 2 tomatoes left. I think they'll be fine there. Yeah. So, got that set up.
You having fun?
Yeah, I'm a person. I got to do something for you. You might as well just tie me up, because I just have to do something. I can't.
Well, you did.
Sit out of the day, you know.
You did pretty good today. You made us some fish sandwiches. You fried them.
Yeah.
That's kind of great.
Yeah.
That's from what? Gordon's
beer battered fish.
Beer battered fish.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's very good.
Well, you enjoyed it.
I sure did.
Yeah.
You can invite me anytime.
Yesterday we had Chinese food. Today We had Long John Silver's.
Yeah, we had Chinese
home.
takeout because you
Yeah.
had to go to the podiatrist office because of your foot.
Yeah.
That was a good treat. You did say you wanted to get some Chinese food because it smelled so good coming out of there.
Yeah, it sure did. I mean, irresistible.
But it's good though. But you know what I noticed was expensive.
$20.
20 for like,
Fed 2 people.
it's a
You and me.
there's 2 pints of 2 pints of noodles and also a spicy chicken. Look at that guy just run
Yeah,
across.
he's gone nuts.
Is that Mickey?
Yeah.
Looks like Mickey.
He went nuts.
Well, maybe he'll run up on the arbor.
He probably will.
He's just looking for excitement, you know.
Yeah, he's like me.
Excitement. He's an excitement junkie, you know. Investigate everything. Now he's drinking drinking from that's a sprinkler system.
Nothing in there.
There's water a little bit. Leftover sprinkler system. So he's drinking from there. Let's take a look at your tomatoes here. Are you gonna water your garden here?
You know what he likes is this. What's this?
Oh, that's Brownie there. Brownie likes
Yeah,
water.
Yeah, but there's water here flowing out. Go ahead.
Brownie likes water.
Yeah, but Mickey wants to drink.
Oh. Well, it's running right now.
Yeah.
There's Mickey. Well, they like the water, and there's Brownie
He'll
there.
drink it right out of the grass. Look at that.
Yeah, they like that. Yep, they drink it. You know, these cats are thrill junkies. That's
Come on,
Mickey.
Billy, enjoy the water.
There's Mickey to the left, and his sister to the right, and there's Mama Millie too at the back. Boy, that's a noisy motorcycle. Why do they take their mufflers out?
Because it bothers you.
Because it bothers you? It's so noisy. No.
Look at Mickey drinking from this.
Yeah, Mickey likes to drink
He
it.
likes it.
There's Millie, this is Mama.
Billy likes it.
There's a bee in there circling about. I think it likes the water too.
Yeah.
You know, the bees like to drink water from the side of your buckets. There's Millie. There's also Mickey there. Boy, they like to drink from that water.
Yeah.
It's spilling in the grass though,
That's good.
which is good. It's just pooling in the grass. Well, they like it. They like water. They drink it. They drink water from any source. There's the bee. It's drinking next to Millie there. Drinking water, Chip. The bee drinks water. Let me see if I can get that bee. No, it flew off.
Never get a bee.
I can sure get Mickey over here. Likes to drink from fresh water source, I guess. Okay, that's good.
What's coming out of that hose is clean and cool.
Well, that's probably why they like it. I do like your flowers.
Me too.
They're beautiful.
Black-eyed Susies.
Yeah, black-eyed Susans. More beans over here.
They're blowing the beans, but I can't get a bean set.
Oh, there is one that's set. Do you want to see? Come.
Really?
Oh, yeah. You should see this one. I'll show you. See this right here? Right
Oh,
there.
that is a
That's a
bean.
little bean.
That's a little bean.
Yeah, that's a little
Sure
bean.
is. All right, yeah.
So, you happy now?
Yeah.
All right.
I got my
And
first
then right
little
here
bean.
is zinnias. I got zinnias here, 2 buckets of zinnias.
You know, that'll be the first fastest bean that I've ever grown.
And then here's an old spinach, but I wanted to see what the blooms look like. So we're letting it bloom and seed to see what it looks like. And I might taste the leaves just to see if it gets bitter when it's at the flowering or seeding stage or not. It'd be interesting.
I think it's a weed.
No, it's not a weed, it's the spinach. But
Yeah, man, these cats are really going after that water.
the cats are?
You'd think they
Is it
never
three?
had water before.
Let me go look. Well, that's good. That's good. The cats like the water. This is Brownie now, isn't it? No, Brownie is a water-loving cat. She likes any kind of water.
It's unusual that she'll let you shoot video of her. When I get that close to her with the camera, she runs away.
Brownie or Millie?
Both.
Both?
Yeah. So you're doing a really good job.
They're used to me. Stretch away. That's Mama Millie there. I see Mickey up on the hill and you next to the wheelbarrow.
Yep, I'm getting ready to put in some more soil.
Well, okay, I think I'm gonna leave you here and just watch you here with whatever you're doing.
I'm ready.
All right.
Another bag of soil.
Okay.